an experimental study done by Hyman Schipper, who's a top neurologist here, where Immunical generated spectacular results. And that's what convinced these other people and convinced Dr. Schipper to start this human study. So it wasn't a case of going in and paying for this study. We had to earn our way in, and Immunical earned its way in. And so I'm very excited about this, potentially where it could go, because there's very few answers. And the data from this study will be shared across 14 institutions in Canada.
So I'm going to, again, leverage that. When you look at other products and other companies, sometimes they say they have research, but what they actually have, they go out and they will find a small laboratory and pay them a bunch of money to come up with positive results, and they'll wave that paper all over the place. We don't do that. We go to usually very prestigious institutions where the scientific method is rigorously stuck to. Our work is submitted to usually the best journals, peer-reviewed journals, so that we undergo a process of critical analysis and review by other people in the field that have nothing to do with our company or our product, so that the papers that we put out, they're tight. They're tight, they're honest, they're valid, and they have integrity. And again, this is John is unflappable when it comes to this degree of obsessive compulsive orientation to detail and accuracy. John, how do I thank you for a quarter of a century of work? I'll just say, well done, and you've been an inspiration.
Well, I have one final thought.
Yeah.
That to capture this 25 years of work and Patricia's work, I said, if you look at the events that led to the discovery of Immunical, the formation of Immunitech, the commercialization of the product, it happened because highly talented people worked together as a team towards a common goal. And this is a great lesson. Nobody has all the answers. Surround yourself with people who share values, passion, and vision, as we did, and great things can happen.
Wow. Thank you, John. And thank you, Patricia. And John, thank you for the opportunity. I'll pass it back to you, John Solleder.
I just, once again, I think I speak for everyone on this call to thank Dr. Kongshaven for 40 plus years of work and integrity on what you did with your colleague and friend, Dr. Bunos. None of us would be here without you. Many of our family members have had lives that have been enhanced, including my own mother, because of this product. So I want to thank you on behalf of the field organization, the employees, the ownership, the management, et cetera, for just a great product that you were such a major part in developing, and we really appreciate it. So thank you again, Dr. Kongshaven. Dr. Gutman, you're the best. I can tell you, you're amazing, and love the history lesson. And John Molson, I value our friendship so greatly all these years. And John's just such an amazing guy. Yesterday, I have a good friend that unfortunately is going through a TBI, which is a traumatic brain injury, very, very serious. And I was having lunch with her and her husband. And ironically, it was their 21st wedding anniversary and her husband's birthday. And I said, let me see if I can get my friend John Molson on the phone. Right. And I did. I called John, and he was there, and he spent 15 minutes educating her. And yesterday afternoon, she got on the product. So, yes, we're here. We're all business people. Everybody on this call, we're here to make money. That's certainly, why we get up in the morning to build a business. But let me tell you, that's not going to keep you going long term on this. What keeps you going long term is when you see the results that people get from the work that Dr. Kongshaven and Dr. Bunos initiated. So many other people, including obviously Dr. Gutman, John Molson, and others have contributed to, and Dr. Droga, who was mentioned earlier, and some of the other doctors that have worked on this through the years. So it's interesting. So I just want to, before I introduce our next speaker, and you're going to want to stick around because he's an amazing man and you're going to want to hear what he has to say. But let me kind of give you a couple of notes on this. First of all, what appealed to me the end of 1996, when my own mother became one of the first users of this product here in the United States, which ultimately led me to getting involved in the business. was the fact that even then, this was all based on evidence-based science. It wasn't hyperbole. It wasn't, here's what happened to Antilli. It was evidence-based science. And it's the only way that Dr. Kongshoven and Dr. Bunos ever rolled, frankly. You know what I mean? It was like, hey, if they couldn't prove it, they weren't going to say it. And neither should we, frankly. And it was all evidence-based. And that appealed to me because, frankly, having been already at that time in my life in network marketing for 13 years, I was tired of going out and not being able to share a product that I could tell people really had science behind it. So, you know, if you're looking at this as a business, you really want to consider that fact that this is evidence-based science. Everything you heard today, black and white, you can prove it. I kid Dr. Gutman all the time because I'm a little taller than he is, that if we stacked all the research up, Dr. Gutman, it would probably exceed both of our heights. Would you agree with that?
My height anyways. You're a big guy.
Anyway, but and that's what impressed me. But let me kind of give you a couple chapters and verse here if you're taking additional notes, and I hope you took notes on everything, because that's what I was doing when I turned my camera off. You know, chapter 1 of the Immunotech story is Dr. Kongshoven, who you met today, Dr. Bunos, who's looking down from heaven, and I'm sure he's smiling right now and having a good glass of wine and saying, you guys keep going, keep doing what we're doing. But that was chapter 1 in 1975. If this were a book, that would be the first chapter. Chapter 2 would be the very first research paper ever written on Immunical, which was 1978. Chapter 3, our good friend Dieter Beer gets involved with this commercially, puts some money and some resources behind Dr. Kongshoven and Dr. Bunos. And for the next 16 years almost, this existed as a research project. Dr. Montagnier, the other doctors you heard referred to, they were working with this product, doing a variety of different things and testing it for different situations around the world. Chapter 4, 1996. John Molson, who you met today, Dr. Kongshoven, who you met today, Dr. Bunos, a gentleman named Alex Koningsberg, who was a business enterprise attorney and professor at McGill, along with Chuck Roberts and Dieter Beer, got together and said, hey, we've got this enterprise, you know, we got this product, we've got this situation, now we need to take it to market. We need to share it with the world. So 1996, the Immunotech Corporation, Immunotech Research Corporation is really you put together as a commercial enterprise. Now just think about this for 1 second. All the people associated, Dr. Bunos, never made a nickel from this project from 1975 until 1996 when there was actually a business, 21 years. No network marketing company can make that claim but us. None. That their product was that important that it had 21 years of research before they decided to bring it out to the world via network marketing. End of 1996, two good friends of ours, Mr. Keith Hooper, my colleague and friend, co-host of the call today, and Miss Sandy Wolper out in beautiful Alberta get involved in the business. And they were really the first two distributors that saw this enterprise as worthy and decided to devote their time and the rest of their network marketing careers to it. So that would be chapter 5 if this were a book. Chapter 6, 1997, I get involved with the business and bring people like Wally Kralik, who's on the call, I'm sure. Renal Plumondon joined the company there in Quebec, I believe, in 97. Our good friend Doug McNabb joined with Wally and I in 97. Guillermo and Alma, who I believe are on the call, joined in about 97. Another good friend of ours in Montreal, Howdy McDaddy, and other folks. Howdy McDaddy's actually the person who actually introduced Dr. Gutman to the product, believe it or not. That was in early 1997. 1998, Jimmy Spencer down in Florida. I know Jim's on the call today. I know Jim joined the company then. Our good friend, my good friend, Foster Owusu joined the company then. Suzette McKay joined the company then, and others. If I didn't mention, I apologize. I'm just kind of giving some timelines for everybody, how long some of us have been associated with this. Of course, in 2010, if this were chapter 9 of this book, 2010, something very, very significant happens, and that's that Mexico opens up. And my good friend Hilda Aliavertes joins us in Monterrey. And, of course, the great Dr. Ricardo Pelayo joins us, as well as his sister, Rosa Ophelia Pelayo. And, of course, Mexico just explodes into the Spanish-speaking market that ultimately led us to countries like the Dominican Republic and Colombia, Peru, Spain most recently. Of course, along the way, too, we opened up the United Kingdom and Ireland, and people like Don Hutchinson and Dr. Jeffrey McTavish and David Hare and some other great folks joined us in that part of the world. And once again, apologies, I just can't mention everybody for the sake of time. And then in 2017, if this were Chapter 10, something significant and earth-shaking happens. Mr. Beer and Mr. Roberts were getting up in years. They decided that they wanted this business to be in the best possible hands going forward because this product Immunical, this research starting with Dr. Kongshaven and Dr. Bunos in 1975 was too valuable to just put this in anybody's hands. So in scouring the world for an entrepreneur that would be able to take this product to the next level, grow the company, grow the Dr. Buno stream, grow the philosophy that had been in place for all of those years of a product that was evidence-based with good science supporting it. They scoured the world. And a young man showed up by the name of Mauricio Domenzain. And most of you have met Mauricio. But if you haven't, he is the gentleman who now owns Immunotech, runs Immunotech. He's our CEO. He has been since 2017. And if this is Chapter 10 of the book, he's here to help you grow your story, your chapters of the book, your Immunotech story, your Immunical story with your family and the results that you're going to get from it. So I'm going to turn the call over to tell what's going to happen in the future and what's happened the last couple of years here to my good friend, Mr. Mauricio Domenzain. Welcome, Mauricio.
Hello, John. How are you?
I'm terrific. This has been a great day, my friend.
I bet it is. I've been in the call, and I was, like I always say, we need to be grateful for what we have, and I'm extremely grateful for these three wonderful people that were speaking prior to my introduction. Literally, it's a bless to have these people in my life and trying to be part of their life and trying to explode and to share this with as many people as we can, because that's what we all want. That's ultimately what we want, is to have every single individual out there to be able to try that amazing product that these three amazing people and more have been involved with. And I'm just blessed to have the opportunity of running this beautiful ship, beautiful project that has put so many beautiful lives together. And I think that we need to be very, very grateful of having this opportunity here, John. As I always said, I think that part of the new chapter that you're talking about is the only way this new chapter is going to make his way, and the reason why this chapter it's going to begin, or it's already begun, it's because of these people that place a lot of effort in their lives. They literally dedicate their life to this amazing product that it has something different than any other out there, as we all know. And if you're not part of Immunotech, or if you're here for the first time, or you're trying to invite someone to this amazing life project that we work on, don't be shy in sharing these products. There's hundreds, literally hundreds of years combined, in experience of making this the greatest product of all of them. So that's why our dear Dr. Jimmy Goodman always says this is the best product you will ever take. There's no other way. There's no other product. There's no other supplement that you need on your list, but this is the first. So we really need to be thankful for that, John.
You know, Mauricio, it's been an amazing couple of years, but if we can go back when you first heard about Immunotech and Immunical, if we can go back in your experience, what struck you? Because you heard all this today, and you obviously know all of this, or you wouldn't have bought the company. But from your perspective as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, as a guy who certainly knows network marketing well, what did you see here that made you so excited about this to make this your life project? Well,
I've mentioned this in the past, and I will repeat it myself because I'm consistent with what I do and what I said. And since day one, the day that I had the opportunity to meet Chuck and Dieter and many others like John, Dr. Jimmy, and to know more about the story of the company, I really felt that this was a different project. It was not going to be a financial investment that we will put money on it and then we will wait until to see what it's going to happen. I think that when you saw the amount of people and the great people that is involved in this project and how many years they put together, as you were mentioning just a few minutes ago, they were not making any nickel, not a single nickel through the first 20 years of the history of this company. So that was, I always say this, if any other product wants to say this, well, let's wait 40 more years to let them do the same, because this is a 43-year history, an amazing history that we have, a story that we have in our backbone, and really it makes a difference, John. It's really that when you see a product that you are not, like, everybody tell me, and do you take your product? And they say, no, I'm not take the product. Every single person that I know take the product, because there's no other way. I'm completely sure, and I'm completely like, you're on the safe side when you're recommending Immunocal, because there's no way to go wrong. So when you saw that, and when you saw the hearts of these people, and because you have heard me say it several times, I truly believe in the power of the potential of the people. And of course, having an amazing product, it was a fundamental, because I believe in this industry, if we want to do things right, it's not like it was in the past, like, hey, you can sell rocks, you can sell whatever. If you have a good compensation plan, you will make it. Yeah, that's no longer the case. And I, in my personal belief, it shouldn't never be the case. So when you see that, and you have an opportunity to have an amazing company, amazing group of people that were running this company, amazing people that create the story of this company, that built and put their entire lives, literally their entire lives, on this project, then the great product that they produce after those years dedicated to it, I thought it was a bless, and I thought it was something meant to be. So and I started to find out more. I took a like 3-4 hour meeting with Chuck and Dieter, and after we met at the first time, and this is the first time I tell this, he stand up and he said, "This is the only guy I want to sell my company," and he said it to me in my face, Chuck, to me, and I was grateful for that, because of course, obviously, I was in front of many years of experience with Dieter and Chuck, doing business all around the globe, managing big brands around the globe. And just because I share my values, I share what I truly believe, and I share that the happiness portion was something important since then, because I've been always talking about that. It's not something new that I put together for a marketing piece or whatever. It is the way I do my life. So it's not about Immunotech. It's the way I believe the world should live. And now, if I have the power, and I have the, no, I didn't meant to say power. If I have the opportunity to share these with the many people that are part of this beautiful family, we're now over 250,000 active consultants, which is very important, because consultants throughout the years were millions of people. But active consultants, we're now over 250,000 consultants that help us to consume almost, we're close every day to have 3 pouches per second, 3 pouches of Immunocal per second. That's what happened every single second. So while we have been talking and invest in sharing our thoughts and our stories here together, if anyone has any doubt about if this product works, well, just wait and wait 60 seconds with somebody and say, well, while we wait these 60 seconds, 180 pouches has been consumed. So if there's any doubt of this working, well, just do the math. I believe also in numbers. So I think facts speaks themselves. And Dr. Goodman, Dr. Kunshaven, again, thank you for what you do, and all the science is there, all the facts are there, all the universities wanted to be part of this amazing product. So I'm very grateful and blessed to be part of this amazing family, John.
So, because we have such a long and unique history, and it seems like, well, in my case, it seems like I never did anything else for a living. And of course I did, but it seems like 24 years have gone by very, very quickly. And I know that's the case for some of the other folks on the line, but I also know we've got a lot of new folks on the line. Most importantly, not that they're more important than the old folks, but the new people, the people who are going to, carry this banner forward in many cases. What's the future look like? I know the last, I don't think we need to tell anybody about the last 90 days, what's happened in the world, certainly. Unless you've been under a rock somewhere, I think everybody certainly knows. But I want to, once again, thank you on behalf of our organization and team, how well this well-oiled machine that you're running has run, frankly. Every day I watch the news, and I know you do as well, and most of us probably do, and we see great companies that are becoming dysfunctional, and some cases going out of business. Some can't ship their products. Some can't do a lot of things, and some for reasons that are not the business's fault, obviously, other things with the pandemic. But Immunotech has not missed a beat. Matter of fact, last month our checks came 2 days early. Maybe I shouldn't tell you that. You might tell the accounting department. But in all seriousness, I know you like to pay us early. I know you like to pay us, which is something that we certainly love and appreciate. But more than that, just kind of to bring it to a point, Immunotech has functioned at 100% capacity during this situation. Product has come on time, checks have come on time, customer service has functioned, answers to emails. I mean, I don't have people getting frustrated calling me up and saying, wow, there's all of these challenges like there could be certainly in other businesses. So, plaudits for that. But going forward, what's going to happen here the next 3 years, 5 years, and you're thinking, where are we going? What's the future look like?
Well, yes, John, as you mentioned, and one other thing that you will see and you will find about me, and I said this very often, is there's full transparency. And so for any mistakes that we have made, we apologize. And to be honest, we will continue making mistakes because that's what we are. We're part of this family. And the only thing that we need to know is that if we commit any mistake, we're going to fix it no matter what. And we're going to face it. And we're going to be in front of any kind of mistake. And we're going to give you the face, and we're going to give you the solution. Because as any other family, you can disagree, but you can never broke. So I think that part of what we have been doing is that when I arrived to this company, we had a product that was here, a leadership that was here, but a company that was pretty like a little bit late on the game in many aspects. And it's truth to be told, because we had the best scientific background behind us. We had the best product, no questions. We had the best leadership as well, but we didn't have the tools, and we still not. I know, and we're still working on getting better and better every single day. But we definitely had a great part of what you always need to be part of a company, which was delivering the product on time, making sure that everybody can place an order, and making sure that we pay commissions. And as you mentioned, John, it's not only the last month, but the last 3 months during the whole pandemic, we have been paying in advance of the 12th, even though our 12th of every month was our celebration day, because we love paying commissions. That's the best thing that we do every single month the 12th, when we pay commissions, is the happiest day of all of us, because that means that we as a family are growing, and that means that we are making a difference in many families. So what we have been doing for these last almost 4 years was preparing ourselves to be the best company out there. As I said, it not being the biggest company is not an inspiration for us. It's not at all. Being the best, yes, definitely. That's a big inspiration for us. And the only way you be the best is when you work with the best. So we're working with the best to make sure that we have now everything is working. By the way, when you were mentioning that we haven't failed in any shipment, in any product or anything else, well, I must tell you that, and tell everyone that while we been during the pandemic, we even put more speed in building our new manufacturing facility, John. We are building our new manufacturing facility, which will provide us with 10 times more capacity of what we have today, 10 times more. So I already had the opportunity to see the video of the whole equipment, and believe me, we're going to be like from A to Z. Like, it's a completely different thing. And probably some of you have seen a video of the former or the actual one that we have. Wait to see what we have built, and you're going to be very, very proud to be part of this amazing family. But also, you need to know that now we have a responsibility to sell 10 times more and to share this opportunity with 10 more people, because it's going to be there. But we're preparing ourselves for the best chapter in this history, John. I believe that we're right now preparing ourselves to the best chapter of Immunotech ever. And the reason is simple. It's unfortunate what I'm going to say, definitely, because there's a lot of people suffering, but there's no better timing for you to do your Immunotech business. There's no better timing. Immune system, it's here to stay forever. Every single person in the world needs to take care of their immune system. There's no other way to defend yourself than with your immune system. There's no other way. It's your first line of defense. Dr. Goodman, Dr. Conshaven always has shared that with us. Is the first line of defense is your immune system. So I'm not going to mention anything that we all know, but there's no better time for you to dedicate yourself and to stop being Immunotech your plan B and make Immunotech your plan A. Give the opportunity to many people that want to hear a great company, a great opportunity, an opportunity that is authentic, that is genuine, and that wants to help many, many, many hearts out there to fulfill their dreams. Because the only way we will succeed is if you succeed. So believe me, there's no other way. We know that right now there's over 40 million people that have signed for their unemployment check. So guess what? There's many, many people struggling, and this is not going to change soon, unfortunately. And I don't have a crystal ball that I know what is going to happen, not at all. But you just need to go out there and see. It's not going to happen soon or overnight. So let's start preparing ourselves for what is coming next. And with that, John, I must say the next 5 years of Immunotech will be, if we have put 24 hours of the day every single day, we're going to try to squeeze a couple more hours there to make it better, to make it greater, and just because of you deserve it, because you have given us your trust, and the only way we can pay that back is giving you the best company ever out there so you can be successful. So we're going to be expanding ourselves in Europe. Definitely we will expand ourselves in America a bit more. And like I always said, we have an amazing and a huge opportunity here in the US. This is a huge market that we haven't even touched. And we're very, very close to launch our new customer program. once you see our new customer program, I believe you're going to be extremely happy that you will be able to share this product with many, many people very, very soon and very easy. You will see.
Great, great, great. Do you have any parting comments for the field? I know it's Father's Day tomorrow, so happy Father's Day to you, my friend. I know you have 4 lovely children, and I know they all use the product as well. And happy Father's Day to you and all the other dads. So before I forget, but I'll give you the last comment here on your end.
The other day I was even in a Zoom with my daughter, my oldest daughter, and she was interviewed by one of our platinums, and he asked her that what was the message that she will give to any parent that is part of Immunotech, and she said that you're all brave people, and I agree with that. We are all brave people that are there fighting and working our heads, our bodies, every single minute for our families. So I'm thankful, very, very thankful for you to be part of this brave army that we're gonna be rocking every single boat. We're gonna go to the next level, and we're gonna go together. So thank you for that, and thank you for being part of this amazing, beautiful product and beautiful project.
Great. Well, thank you so much. And you know, it's been a great 24 years, and I feel like we're just getting started when I look at you, and every time I talk to you, you know, I know that this beautiful project that Dr. Bunos is looking down from heaven on, and Dr. Kongshaven is here. Thank the good Lord that she's here with us, and healthy and all that. Hi, Dr. Kongshaven. And of course, Dr. Gutman and John Molson and all the shoulders that you and I stand on every day of so many people who built this amazing foundation of this thing that you know, I know you're extremely proud of, I'm extremely proud of, and I know Keith is, and Sandy and Jim and Foster and Wally and some of the other folks that have been here a long time, how proud we are, but that there's still a lot of work to be done. You know, Dr. Gutman started the call talking about that when we began Immunotech, there were 4 billion people on the planet. There's 8 billion today. So to your point, there's 8 billion people with an immune system, and the best way to take care of that immune system is what we happen to market and sell and stand on the shoulders of all those great scientists. So once again, thank you so much, Mauricio, for joining us as always. Definitely,
John. And what I said when I started this project, I said I received a 20-year, when that happened was when this company was 20 years old. So I said it's a 20-year-old baby, which was amazing because it was with all the fundamental things that we had, but now it's starting to walk, and we're gonna run. So join the run with us, and because we're preparing ourselves to fly. So thank you for that, and thank you to every single woman that is part of this project as well, because without you, there were no parents, there were no dads here to celebrate. So thank you for that.
Thank you again, Mauricio.
Be happy.
Thanks so much. And I think we have our good friend, Mr. Alberto Voigt, on from Boston. Alberto, if you would join me, please.
I'm here, John. How are you doing?
There you are. How are you, Alberto?
Doing great. And this has been a wonderful, wonderful call. One for the history, I mean, for the ages, and one to remember forever. And so thank you for putting it together. And all I can say to finish this up is that we as corporate will continue to support everyone, especially for the North American market and Europe, because you know, now you are running like Mauricio just said, and so we will continue to support you. As you know, our promotions for the month, the multi-resveratrol is doing very good. So make sure you take advantage of that, and we continue to create marketing materials for all of you to spread the word and share the Immunotech opportunity. And that sharing campaign that we are running right now, it's proven that it's working a lot. So continue to share this opportunity. We will continue to provide training for you, every week through Facebook Live, the Immunotech Inc. Facebook page, as well as the closed group, the Immunotech Family English. We will continue to provide training for all of you in English so that you can continue to grow your own businesses. And, you know, it is so exciting what's going on right now, and thank you all on this call for being there for us, and we congratulate you for your commitment, for your support, and the best is yet to come. You know, we're grateful for Mauricio, for you, John, for Keith, for all the old-timers, as you put it before, but let me tell you that all of you are getting younger because of our products, and especially ImmunoCal. And for those people that are just joining us in this wonderful journey with Immunotech, welcome to the Immunotech family. And, you know, it's going to be a great ride. And, you know, 20 years is nothing. So here's to the next 20 years. And now more than ever, we are more relevant than ever. So thank you, John. And, you know, keep reading the newsletter, the weekly newsletter that we send via email, the community newsletter, where we announce all the promotions, all the specials, all, you know, information about compliance, everything you need to know on a weekly basis to stay ahead of the game. So with that, John, I'll give it back to you, because, you know, what a great call, and I just wanted to end it on a positive note as well. Thank you, John.
Great. Well, thanks so much, Alberto, and happy Father's Day to you, my friend.
Thank you.
Let me invite Keith on the call here, and we got a couple little housekeeping things to do. And
well, John, I mean, has that been an incredible day? I mean, you know, Dr. Conchavin, it is so wonderful to see you, my darling. You know, you are such a treasure. Jimmy, thank you for the way you took us through everything today. I mean, just absolutely, you know, phenomenal. What a deal. John Molson, you know, we've got to go back to John. John, you know, it's amazing. And, you know, when Mauricio was there, you know, the part that he tells, he can't share the story of his children taking Immunical, because he'd be making health claims, I think, with that. I don't know if Mauricio's still with us, but it was interesting him sharing with us what the benefits that his family are getting of this incredible product, Dr. Conchavin, that you and Dr. Brunos gave to all of us. So thank you. And thank you, John Molson, Dr. Gutman, really. So, John, I mean,